I won. It gives me great pleasure to deliver a keynote address for the first World Ocean Summit, Asia Pacific, organized by the prestigious Economist Group. As global leaders are battling climate change, I am delighted to learn that this summit is exploring how ocean solutions for climate change can be accelerated while halting or reversing the dangerous decline in marine biodiversity in the Asia-Pacific region. As an island nation surrounded by the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka holds a great responsibility in protecting the Indian Ocean, which starts with respecting the ocean and its inhabitants. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 14 focus on the life below the water, and its targets are to conserve and sustainability use the oceans, seas and marine resources for sustainable development. While there had been a considerable amount of dialogue on marine life protection, I believe that it is time for us to put words into action. Sri Lanka has launched several initiatives to protect marine inhabitants while balancing present consumption needs and sustainability for future generations. Accordingly, Sri Lanka has banned the use of bottom trawling practices and other overfishing activities. I recall launching several fish breeding projects around freshwater rivers when I was the Minister of Fisheries 2 decades ago. Now the time has come to expand similar practices for rewilding ocean spaces, recognizing natural climate solutions are important for our fight against climate change. We must understand that our oceans and its inhabitants play a crucial role in producing 50% of the oxygen we breathe. Therefore, protection of the ocean and its inhabitants should be our key priority over all else. With this understanding, I initiated the establishment of the Ocean University of Sri Lanka in 2014 with the aim of developing the manpower required to achieve the economic benefits of marine, maritime, fisheries and allied sectors while conserving oceanic resources. As Sri Lanka is embarking on an ambitious goal to become the maritime hub in the Indian Ocean, we are also to focus on making shipping within our waters more sustainable. While we welcome more and more international ships to our newly constructed port facilities, we also understand that increased shipping traffic can pose a serious threat to whales, dolphins, and other oceanic inhabitants. Research activities are currently underway in Sri Lanka to develop sustainable shipping practices that reduce marine pollution and preserve marine biodiversity. As research and development activities required significant amount of financial and human resources, I invite well-equipped and developed countries to transfer sustainable marine technologies and knowledge to develop in island nations to improve ocean health and to enhance marine biodiversity. I believe that developed countries must cooperate with developing countries in conserving our international waters, as we all share the same ocean. Instead of making sustainability a limiting factor of the economy, we are determined to use our green agendas to generate more economic growth. The national policy of my government is to utilize ocean resources in a sustainable manner under the concept of a blue-green economy. As a developing country, Sri Lanka aims to promote ocean sustainability across industries such as tourism, fisheries, and shipping to attract economic growth in the short run while contributing to saving the planet in the long run. As the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, I am committed to working towards making Sri Lanka a global marine sustainability hub by adapting strategies that respect ocean and inhabitants. It is time for all of us to take action and walk the talk before it is too late. Before I conclude, I would like to call upon all stakeholders joining the summit to collaborate and work together to save our beautiful oceans. And always remember, we are only the caretakers of this planet, not its owners. Thank you.